Lies in never. I'm so sorry. The true glory lies in not failing, but rising ever again.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the part two of the series. I am the founder and pageant coach at Electra. I am a model, a content creator, and your Femina Miss India Punjab 2022. Well, in the part one, you saw the difference between personal introduction as well as opening statements, and you also saw my reviews on 8 out of 15 contestants. And in this one, we are going to have two chapters. The first one being the reviews. We're going to review the rest of the 7 opening statements, as well as giving you tips and tricks from both the videos combined as to the things that you can make sure you avoid or you learn to make your opening statements and your stage presence better. So let's get started. Before we go ahead, make sure to check out all the links in the description. My social media channels are all linked there. Make sure you follow me in all of those places. And if you want any coaching sessions with me, make sure you also check the link in the description because I have mentioned how you can contact me. The first contestant we are reviewing is Femina Miss India Delhi 2024, Sifti Sarang.
Mother not only nurtures her child, but empowers them to fly beyond what she herself never think of. It's through her that I realize that dreams are not just for the lucky, it's for those who believe in themselves and can make it work. After losing 30 kgs and gaining immense confidence, I, Sifti Singh Sarang from Delhi, is here to continue her mother's journey and to fulfill the dreams and aspirations that we both share together. Whenever I look back at my childhood pictures, I see this little girl full of innocence and curiosity that is there surrounded by her family who always made sure that she smiled the brightest. That little girl inspires me to be the voice for each and every child out there and to protect their little world full of magic and wonder. I'm here to advocate against child sexual abuse, wanting to ensure that no child ever experiences such horrors. Thank you.
That was really nice and impactful. I like that there was an advocacy at the end of it. She looks amazing, and I really like the cadence with which she is speaking. I really like how impactful her voice is with whatever she's saying. I love the voice modulation, and she's used her hands appropriately and just great stage presence to learn from. Although, what I do think she could have improved was, although she started with the dream of her mother now being hers, she very quickly then jumps to, because she wanted to get to the end where she could speak about child sexual abuse and why she wants to protect the children from it. She starts by saying, when I look at my childhood photos, and I feel like that could have come a little earlier. It could have started that way so the narration could have been a little smooth. But apart from that, I mean, this was really nice. I see why she moved to the next round. Next up, we have Femina Miss India Gujarat 2024, Ayushi Dholakia.
From an insecure beginning to an unstoppable journey, I am driven by self belief and passion. With my diverse experiences as a classical dancer, a national level sportsperson, and an actor, I bring with me the unwavering spirit of curiosity and the eagerness to learn and grow. Being a doctor's daughter, I've imbibed in me the value of service above self and started my own non-profit organization. Today, I stand before you as a catalyst of positive change, inculcating the very essence of Shreyan Shvadharma Vigunaha. It is far more rewarding to be ourselves than trying to fit in. I am Ayushi Dholakia, proudly representing the vibrant state of Gujarat, leading life with a mantra to teach what I learn and to give what I get. And I'm all set to leave an indelible mark on the world. Thank you.
Guys, no notes. This was fabulous. This is the kind of an opening statement I will be giving to my clients who take these sessions, because oh my god, I am spellbound. Do you see? This is exactly how you use the 1 minute given to you to its fullest. The structure was beautiful, nothing felt out of place. There were no generic quotes like believe in yourself, and everything sounded so authentic. And oh my god, the structure was brilliant. And there was a purpose driven message. She just didn't talk about her childhood or whatever, but she very quickly went on to all that she is and all that she wants to do and what her mantra is. And she also added like a Sanskrit quote in the end, which just everything together was so flawless and so beautiful. Wow. I'm so glad that she moved on to the next round. I just love great speakers and them getting chances. The one thing that can happen, because all of these opening statements of course are prepared and memorized, right? The one thing that can happen is that if you fit in too much and you kind of miss out on one another, or you try to like wrap things up really quickly, if you don't have a pause or like the right voice modulation, it can seem like it will not get the emotional touch that it needs, right? Because pauses gets our brain to process more. But I think she just pulled it off beautifully. Next up, we have Femina Miss India Uttar Pradesh.
Life tried to break me, but it only forged my resilience. Namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. This is Divyanshi Batra, a 22-year-old MBA student who stands before you after rising above all the unimaginable health struggles and self doubt. And as I stand here today, I pinch myself, reminding myself of how far I have come and how this whole journey has been a victory in itself. Because thankfully, I'm not on a hospital bed anymore, not lying under a new medical testing machine every other week. What kept me going was the steadfast support of my parents and reminded me that true glory lies in failing and not. It lies in never. I'm so sorry. The true glory lies in not failing, but rising ever again. Thank you.
Oh my god, she started off so well. That was such a great start. The voice modulation was amazing. Her expressions were working. When she said, thankfully, I'm no longer under a testing machine every other week. And I was like, wow, like I'm connected to this girl. Up until she forgot the last quote. Oh, that's so sad. She came so far and she did so well. Oh, you know what? At the end of this video, I'm going to give you tips as to how to draw a visual map so that everything you say comes together and this does not happen. Let's move on. Next up, we have Femina Miss India Meghalaya 2024.
From the misty hills and the matrilineal society of Meghalaya, I am Angelia and Marwin representing my state and the vibrant northeast of India. I take pride in embracing my multiracial identity. I love my hair, my eyes, my skin, my diversity. My true essence lies beyond my appearance. I carry with me rich culture and tradition. This platform has given me an opportunity to advocate for an egalitarian society and remind the world that beauty transcends borders. We are all Indians, and our beauty lies in our diversity. Thank you.
That was nice. There was a very strong cultural connection, and identity was something that she held on to. She spoke about her hair, her skin, just like promoting body positivity in a way where you're supposed to like everything that you have rather than wishing that it was like somebody else's. And in the end, she does advocate for equality and saying that, beauty transcends borders. And that is really nice. But what I did start to feel was that the structure somehow got mixed up. Okay, she started off with her traditions and what Meghalaya say she brings to the table. Then she went on to say she wants to prove to the world that beauty is a lot more than appearance. But then she goes back to saying that, and we as Indians should celebrate diversity. Do you get it? It should have been like Meghalaya, India, world, because that's how you like up the stairs or the ladder. But yeah, that was a little inverted. And apart from that, I feel like there was way too much emphasis on the regional identity. You are standing on the platform of Miss India, and your aim is to win the Miss World crown. Now, imagine a woman who probably wins from South Africa, who just goes on and only talks about South African women and why she's proud to be the color that she is, and so on and so forth. Like, how will this be relevant to the people around, right? You have to think on a much bigger level when you are on a much bigger platform. This is not a state pageant. And although she could have mentioned, definitely should mention, that she's from the northeastern state, but I feel like there could have been like a more broader message to this. And in a way, it kind of got a little repetitive in terms of beauty and appearance and beauty and appearance. And I wanted to know a little more about her rather than just that. Next, we have Femina Miss India Tamil Nadu 2024, Malina.
Growing up in a modest family, I learned the value of hard work and humility. Armed with determination and a strong belief in self reliance, I've achieved remarkable feats. From securing a full scholarship to my mechanical engineering degree, supporting my sister's education, pursuing a successful career in modeling and acting, to now championing organ donation awareness. I've done it all with the inner strength, self belief, and willpower that I possess within me. So, today, my friends, I want to remind you all to stop dwelling on your limitations because it's your life, it's one life. So, take charge and take action. Thank you very much.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, I like that there was a strong personal story, and she talks about the scholarships and that she's got and how she helped her sister's education. And it's an empowering message in the end where she says that it's your life, so make sure you take charge. And she seems to be someone who you can take inspiration from because she started off from a modest background. Okay, but here is what no one will try to remember the structure or the answer or the statement that you've given if you don't have voice modulation. She has such a pretty face, but I just feel like when she was speaking, we couldn't connect with her emotionally because she sounded a lot less like a woman with a story and a lot more like an MC. You know what I mean? And you need to find a very clear difference between the two. You cannot be sounding like the master of ceremonies who's just like announcing people's names. Like, that's the kind of tone she had, which is something that could have been improved. And even in terms of body language, I feel like she could have held the other hand and like used it to express. She does in the end, but if you notice, it's mostly stuck to the side of her body, which is also something that you want to avoid. Next, we have Femina Miss India Union Territory Rekha Pandey.
I was 10 years old when television glamour truly caught my attention. But what I immediately noticed was the striking contrast between the powerful women that I saw on screen and those in my immediate surrounding. As I grew up, I realized that it was not that the women around me didn't want it to thrive. It was a society that told them otherwise. This realization inspired me to pursue my aspirations and challenge the society. From a young girl struggling without a future of choices and chances to a girl who is now standing on the other side and fulfilling her dream. And this is just the beginning. I, Rekha Pandey, representing the Union Territory, would like to tell each and every girl watching me right now, believe me, you can, and you can. Thank you so much.
That was really sweet. I mean, obviously, beautiful face. That's crazy. God bless her genes. And I really like that in the end she says, you can, you can, you can. It sounds like a rallying voice and sounds very inspiring. Just very sweet. Like, I think it felt very simple yet impactful. Nothing felt like, oh, dimag chalana pad raha hai. Everything was out there. She very nicely brings that relatability factor by saying ki the girls that I used to watch on screen versus the women around me had two very different realities. And the fact that now she's bridged that gap and she's able to live the life of her dreams, which is super beautiful. I have no notes. This was actually very heartfelt and very nice. Last girl in the review is Femina Miss India Uttarakhand, Sakshi Joshi.
Namaste. Let me paint you a picture of a little girl who dreams and she feels that her dreams are not far fetched. She really believes in her abilities, her kindness. She believes in a better, beautiful world. I have always been that little girl dreaming with my eyes open, and I believe that if you put your heart to something, you can have it all. I am Sakshi Joshi, Femina Miss India Uttarakhand 2024. When my father met with a terrible accident, my world collapsed and everything changed. As I saw my father recover and my mother's unwavering spirit, I learned the value of never giving up and believing in yourself. Life can be tough at times, but I want to inspire people to find that one reason to keep going on because exactly that has given me the ability to stand here and become who I am. Thank you.
It's a very smart way of ending a girl's speech because the music just starts playing, so they cannot speak more than 60 seconds. I really like everything Sakshi said. Her delivery was top notch, and it was an inspiring message. She says that I want everyone to find that one ray of hope that keeps them going even when everything around them seems to be collapsing, which I think is a very positive outward way of thinking that she's trying to present to the world. And do you see that she uses a little bit of imagery? She does go on to say, let me paint you a picture, or imagine this girl who dreams, and da da da. That was really nice. But now coming to things that probably didn't work, um, I just felt that most of the lines in this were extremely generic. The dream part, the never giving up part, the resilience and strength part. And I keep telling this to my students as well, that although this might be your story, find a different way of saying it, because लोगों ने इतने बार सुन लिया है ना, the same versions of dreaming and strength and believing and never giving up, that our brain automatically starts like closing or like shutting when the same kind of words are being heard. You know why it is, right? अगर आप IPL में let's say एक advertisement देख रहे हो और बार बार वही एडवर्टाइजमेंट देख रहे हो, उसके बाद तो आप मतलब यू डोंट इवन सी इट, जब आता भी है तो आपके ब्रेन में रजिस्टर्ड थोड़ी ना होता है. नॉट एवरी टाइम आर यू विलिंग अच्छा अभी और डीप जाके देखते हैं, नहीं, इट्स जस्ट पासिंग थ्रू योर ब्रेन. Similarly, using the same words has the same effect on people. So always try to find synonyms. If you are watching so far, let me know in the comments who did you like the best in this part. And let's move on to the tips and tricks as to what you can do to enhance your stage presence and body language. The first tip that I want to give you is in terms of mindfulness. If you have watched part one, you remember Supriya's opening statement and how she started to fumble from the very beginning and just could not recover. And she was a very strong contestant because she was a previous state winner as well. And just to make sure that this doesn't happen to you, regardless of what your titles are, you need to be a lot more present in the moment, because mindfulness techniques especially come into place when your brain is running, you're backstage and you're like, okay, I'm rehearsing my lines over and over and over again, to a point that till you reach that place you just like freeze up and your brain just goes blank. Okay, some things to remember is the first one being a 5 4 3 2 1 technique. Okay, I'm just going to read that out. It basically is identify 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste to center yourself. And I know this seems like a generic thing that you just have some counselor say to you, but this will be especially helpful when you are going into pageants, because every single moment is nerve wracking, right? So doing this actually gets you back to the present, because then your brain is actually thinking, okay, what are the things I can touch? What does my dress feel like? What does the side of the backstage feel like? What does holding someone's hand feel like? What do my hands feel like? So your brain no longer is thinking ki, acha, I have to repeat those words constantly to myself that I have prepared, right? But instead you're coming down to the present, and that way you will be able to speak with a lot more presence of mind, basically. Other one would be like a grounding exercise, which would just be like try to wiggle your fingers, try to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to wiggle your toes, like just feel them. Acha hai ki nahi? What does this do? Hai, of course, but it reminds you that you are where you are. You can feel yourself. So that way, your brain and your nerves automatically calm down and does not like get super anxious and like make you lose your mind, right? And another most important thing would be to just have positive affirmations to say while your brain is racing through with the answers and the things you're going to say. Just quieten that noise and say, shh, ek minute. I am enough. I am confident. I am going to do very well on stage. I am going to make the most of this opportunity. And go back and repeat that to yourself. You know how teachers would say कि last 5 minute में पढ़ने से क्या कर लोगे तुम एग्जाम में? सही बात है. What you have studied is going to stay in your long-term memory anyway. Short-term memory will completely disperse itself if you're doing it just like before your performance time. Another tip that I want to give you based on FMI Goa's performance, which seemed like it lacked structure to a large extent and she started to repeat things, is to have a clear narrative arc. What does that mean? You need to know, okay, this is my personal story, this is the lessons that I learned from it, and this is the broader impact that I'm going to give. So just having that, you know कि अच्छा इतनी चीजें इस डिपार्टमेंट में बोलनी है, फिर इतने में बोलनी है, फिर इतने में बोलनी है. It just makes it a lot simpler. If you want, you can use like vivid samples or images in order to make sure कि okay, what comes inside this and this and this, so that you have a structure to it and you don't start to fumble between the lines and mix between departments. Continuation of the last one is drawing a visual map. Now I have drawn a map to show you, and this was inspired by Divyanshi's, this is Femina Miss India Uttar Pradesh's opening statement, which I felt really bad for because she started off so well and it just messed up in the end. So this is what you can use, right? You can see a table in which you have a structure, you have a visual cue, and you have keywords. So if you want to start with an introduction quote, the first thing you can say, you can have certain keywords written that, life tried to break me, but I just became stronger. And it can be like a thunderstorm and a sun, which will remind you of it. When you say, I had a lot of health struggles, but I'm happy that I could break free. Think of a hospital bed, think of breaking free. When you are thinking about supported by my family, think of the imagery of a family. And the last quote that she messed up, right, which she says that true glory doesn't lie in failing, but in getting back up. Just think of like a phoenix. It's synonymous to someone rising up from the ashes, right? So you'll know that those are the two sentences you should say. It's not failing, but rising up again. And this is something you can use for your personal introduction as well. It will help you, it will keep it interesting, and you will not start to get nervous. You just remember these images, and in your head, it will play faster. Why do you think we remember Bollywood songs and the hook steps, but you're forgetting your own personal introduction? Because we can think of Katrina Kaif doing Kala Chashma, because there is a step. Similarly, we are very vivid creatures. So if you put these images across, you will remember it better. The last tip is on body language and voice. I hope you all know by now that you need to have an open body language. So please do not stick your hands to the side when you are standing. Please use them to talk and place them back on your waist. I know you feel like फिर सारी लड़कियां एक जैसी लगेंगी. It's not about looking like anyone else. This looks better or this looks better. This, you do not know what to do with your palms, so just make sure you don't keep them in random places. Just place them on your waist. It just makes the gown also look nice. And secondly, make sure that you are practicing with your mic. Buy a karaoke set if you need, but you need to know what is the distance that you need to keep. Kahan se, आवाज कम जा रही है, kahan पे आगे आ रही है. And on weekends, you can just sing along to your favorite songs and have fun. It's a win-win. Thirdly is voice modulation. You might have the best content, but if you don't speak the way you should be speaking with a change in your tone, it will sound very boring and no one will connect with you. So please know where you have to use the right voice. With that, we come to the end of this part 2 series of opening statements. 7 of these girls out of the 15 made it to the question and answer round. Let me know if you want me to review and cover that. I will be happy to do it because it has a lot of current topics that you can also learn from, and you can also understand how to put it together to make like an ideal and a well-rounded answer. I have already made a video on the Miss Universe India question and answer round, so make sure you check that out and let me know if you want another one in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you like it, like a thumbs up, make sure you turn on your bell notification, and make sure you share it with your friends. And I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.